Okay, so you've noticed by the title that I've been thinking, is it really a good time to start a manga collection? Right? And this is kind of a thought I have all the time. And I'll tell you why. It's because I got a bunch of books I don't even have space for. I don't even know how they're going to fit on the bookshelf. I might have to reorganize the bookshelf, buy more bookshelves, sell some manga. I don't know how I'm going to, oh man. It's just, I have also boxes downstairs I still haven't opened. They're full of manga. You're right. I know what you're saying. That I have a problem. 100% accurate. Did I really need to buy those volumes because they were buy two, get one free? You know? Did I really need to try this series? I really need to, I don't even like this series. Just haven't either gotten rid of it, given it to a friend, sold it, whatever it may be. And when does collecting stop being collecting and start being hoarding? And there's no perfect time for someone like me where the collecting and the hoarding kind of blend together when you start thinking about reorganizing your collection or packing up your collection. It can get overwhelming, man. When you get to the point in your collection where to put a volume 6 in a series on the bookshelf means you gotta move a ton of things just to get space next to the series that you got the volume 6 for. That's something I never thought about until very recently when I was like thinking about reorganizing stuff of like, even if I buy one volume now, I have to think about space on the bookshelf. And thus it got me thinking, like, would I even start a manga collection now, currently? I've been doing it for about 2-3 years. Obviously, I've amassed a ton over 2 or 3 years. I don't recommend it, but you know, everyone has different financial means. So do how your lifestyle leads you. Do it that way. Trust me, no judgment here. Seriously, if you guys don't judge me, I don't judge you. It's how friendship works, you know what I mean? We're in this together, as a unit, as a team. But especially with all the big digital apps, the K-Manga app, no one's using that app, but you know, it exists. And the Viz app, and the Shonen Jump app, and the prices going up on physical manga. Honestly, and let me know in the comments, let's talk in the comments, like, if you are not already really into this hobby, would you start a manga collection right now? Do you really think right now is the best time? Because I really do think, and I've heard some other like YouTubers and stuff talk about it, and I agree with this 100%. With the price raise on physical manga, people are going to be less willing to try new series. Unless I like to do it too. You're one of those that like looks for new series, looks for series you don't know anything about. You're like, oh yeah, of course I'm going to try it because I haven't heard anybody talk about it. The art looks really nice. The cover looks great. The aesthetic is amazing. Unless you're consistently going out there and like really trying to look for that stuff. The general audience for manga or anime or people that like anime and try to get into manga, even with a $5 increase, especially in manga where not a lot of one-shots, it's a lot of pot committing to a series. And trust me, if you watch any of my videos, you guys know I love to pot commit to series. It's my thing. I love to do it. Because sometimes it really works out. Other times it does not. But sometimes you strike gold. I believe firmly that a lot of unknown series, if they do not have a popular anime attached to it, it will hurt their sales figures in the long run. Because we already see a lot of great series that maybe don't appeal to a wide audience, don't get great sales figures. And that's only going to diminish because of the price increase. And overall, manga collecting as a hobby is going to become more expensive. Because if you don't realize this, when they charge more money, you spend more money. You know? Math. And while I still absolutely believe that you will catch like Right Stuff holiday sales, Barnes & Noble's buy two, get one free, whatever it may be, and you'll be able to kind of alleviate that price increase every once in a while through sales and deals, overall we'll be spending more money. So think about it. If you were not already in this hobby, would you really get into a hobby that can be as expensive and give you poverty like manga? And on top of that, you have digital manga. Now, I get it. There's always, I'm one of those. there's always going to be people that want to physically own something. I can turn around. I can physically hold this book. That's great, especially for series that you really want to support the author. You really want to support the series. It has sentimental value. Of course, you want to hold it physically in your hand. And with digital manga, there's always that thing of like, I don't actually own this. I'm paying them $3 a month or whatever the subscription is, and I don't physically have it. And that can be kind of nerve-wracking. Because who's to say that they're going to keep, we see it with Netflix, we see it with all the streaming services, who to say they're actually going to keep all of these out of prints? What if they're just like, you know what? No one's reading this series that no one reads anyway, but it's your favorite series. Delete it off the server. That can absolutely happen. But is it worth the risk? Instead of spending thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars a year, you spend 60 and you get access to a wide variety of titles. And then the biggest issue, the issue that I am currently running into right now, is the reason I've turned on this camera, is space. A lot of us have a set amount of space, some more than others, but a lot of us have a set amount of space. Come to find out, the longer you collect manga, the space doesn't grow. That's the problem. But space has always been a big thing with any type of collecting. And usually if you're watching this video, you probably collect something. If it's manga, anime figures, whatever it may be. And you ran into this issue of like, I have this really nice figure. I have this really nice set of volumes. It's very out of print, like prestigious set of volumes. I want a good place to display them, but I also have 300 other volumes that I have to make room for. And I have, again, you know, a small space. Because the whole point of collecting and the whole point of enjoying this hobby, to me, part of it, besides, you know, enjoying the stories and the art and all that, is displaying your collection. If you're a collector, you understand that. You love to display your stuff. You love to do cool, different things that when someone walks into that room where you record yourself on camera, it looks fantastic. I think of it as a way of giving respect to series or figures or whatever that mean a lot to you. And the more you collect, if you're not selective, the more the stuff that actually really matters starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's in a little cubby hole, and you're like, I love this series. I bought this really expensive statue. I really loved that time I got reincarnated as a slime, and I need to find room for all these volumes. Listen, I need 7 copies of Black Clover Volume 1. I need that, you know? All right, if you're doing that, you're bringing it on yourself, and that's not on me, all right? I can't fix that in this video. If you're out there being like, I need multiple copies of a singular volume. I have a buddy that he went out of his way to try to collect all of the volume 6s, the final volume of Watakoi, from all of, you know, the different retailers. So I get those kind of things, but if you're just buying multiple volume 1s of the same series, what are you doing? What are you doing? What's the reasoning? Let me know in the comments. What's the reasoning? I respect you. You know, I respect your opinion. Thanks for checking out the video. Let's talk in the comments. I need to know. Educate me. So would I really start a manga collection, or should you start a manga collection if you've stumbled across this video? Honestly, of course, I'm already in. And I really enjoy conversing with you guys and like trying new series. And while I might be struggling with space now, I have a few ideas where I can really make my collection shine. And I love this hobby. So of course, I will continue my manga collection. And of course, you should start a manga collection if that's what you want to do. But I'm just here to tell you, be selective. I think when people, I've done videos on it, a bunch of people have done videos on it. I think when you get into this hobby and you really like are in the beginning, the throes of the addiction, right? The throes of the addiction, and really finding and reading stuff and seeing your collection grow, it can get addictive. And you want all of these things, but you might not need all these things. So my best piece of advice, if you're going to start a manga collection, be selective. And I think especially with the digital apps and the price raising, they're kind of forcing us to be selective, which might not be a horrible thing. It will be a horrible thing if they start deleting stuff off the app. So then we have words, strongly worded email. Oh, we got things to say. But I don't know. It's just something that I've really been thinking about and wanted to rant in front of this camera. Let's talk in the comments down below. Let me know. Do you sometimes regret collecting so much manga? Do you regret starting a manga collection? Or would you start a collection right now, currently in 2023, with the way that everything's going? As always, I wholeheartedly appreciate you guys that watch the end of the video. It means the world to me. And if you're having a bad day, I hope it gets better. If you're having a good day, I hope it becomes fantastic. I'll see you next time.